Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are talking about practice.
We're talking about practice.
We're talking about practice.
Specifically, we're going to talk about dry fire practice because let's be real, while yes, the ammo prices that spiked during the lockdown have seemingly come down almost to what they were pre that time, right? We're not allowed to use that word because YouTube gets really upset about it. Ammo prices have come down, but let's face facts. Everything else has still been going up. It's expensive to get ammo. It's expensive to train. It's expensive to go to the range. And we're all busy, right? We have families, we have jobs, we have other things going on. How do we make it all work? The answer is dry practice. And how we do that, there's a couple of creative ways that we can attack the issue. Because I know, guys, I know it gets boring. You would just sit there with a single target taped up against the wall, drawing and firing, drawing and firing, drawing and firing over and over. And there's a lot of value to it. But if you don't enjoy it, you're not gonna do it. And if you don't do it, you're not gonna get better. So let's talk about it. So talking about dry fire practice, the folks over at Mantis were kind enough to send me out one of these guys here. This is their Titan X. And when we talk about dry fire practice, yes, there's a lot of value in using your real steel gun, the trigger brake, things like that. And certainly something like this is not new to the market. We have other tools out there that do similar things than what the Titan X here does. But I think that there's some unique features that make this one stand out and make it honestly a good choice and a good training tool. The first thing is that this is available right now in 3 different flavors, right? So a Glock 45, a Glock 17, and a Glock 19. So if you're somebody who carries a 19 and that's the only gun you have, great, you can pick that up. If you have a 45 like I do, then I think this is the 702 model. You can pick that up, and you can also get the full-size Glock 17 if you're somebody in a patrol situation, right? Or maybe you're an armorer or a quartermaster for a law enforcement agency. You're looking for ways to help save money with training when you're not able to do force on force, when you just need to do some remedial training, right? Maybe a tool like this, a laser pistol, or if you are doing some kind of simunitions training and you want to give the bad guy just a laser pistol to prove a point while you're doing dry reps, this is a great, great tool. It does include a panel here. You can take this off, sort of like the MOS that Glock makes from the factory, but this actually only fits RMR footprint and RMSC footprints, I believe it is. But if you do have something that fits that, you can go ahead and you can pop a red dot on here, which I think may be unique to other options on the market. Couple things that I really like about this. One, the trigger is actually very similar to a Glock trigger where you actually will get a bit of a take up here and you hit that wall and then you get your clean break, and that's when you get your little laser dot. Let's see here. You guys can see that right there, right? So kind of nice in that way where you can prep your shot if that's something you need to work on. The other thing I like is that it does have, and I believe you can switch this, a mag release in line with Glock's. And it comes with a pair of weighted training magazines. So if you're working on reloads while you're dry firing, right, you have weighted mags to simulate an actual loaded magazine. This will also accept other magazines. So if when you're training, you can use the loaded, or weighted, I should say, mag. You can also take a mag like this one, which is loaded with dummy rounds here, and it will fit into the gun just fine, and you can continue your training and practicing, right? Downside is, and this is something I'm not crazy about, maybe it's just a tolerance issue, the mags don't like to drop free, the actual like real Glock mags. It will work, yes, you can work your reload with it and then strip it. Maybe if you're working on malfunction drills of some variety, you can do that. Additionally, and keep going down the line here of what this offers, it has a rail for attachments. So if you guys are looking to put some kind of weapon light on here because that's what your holster takes, you need it for compatibility, you can do that as well. I went ahead and picked up a airsoft replica of a X300 here, and you can pop this on, and now there you go. You have your light, and you can use it with your holsters for the draw stroke, whatever you may need, right? So if you're working on concealed carry draws, because this is off an X300 footprint, which is what the holster is going to retain off of, something like a T-Rex arm sidecar, this will actually index on this. And furthermore, these training mags will also fit in the mag caddy. So you can work your draws from concealment, you can work your reloads from concealment. You may have to adjust the retention on the holster a little bit, but a great solution for concealed carry practice, because if you are carrying a firearm, obviously you should be training with it. Now, further, it will work with most holsters that are out there on the market, and I've been able to check that with a few of them. I'm personally a big fan of the US Duty Gear 281. This will, with some modification to the plug in here, this will lock up and you get a nice tight fitment there, disengage, you're good to go. So US Duty Gear, all set. If you prefer the Blade Tech Valor, this will also work in there. And actually this might work without the weapon light, but you don't get that nice positive click you do with a real firearm, but it does stay in there and you don't have any issues. Will disengage, will draw, do everything that you need it to do. And then obviously the cut still fits so you can run a red dot on here. Now with Safariland, you can sometimes get it to lock up if you give it a good oomph. You can get it to retain off of the molded ejection port on here. And then as normal, you just disengage that lever to draw. But if you don't really run that home, it will come out on its own without having that lever disengaged. So mixed results, your results may vary, but my point being is that regardless of what holster you're running, this will likely fit it. Now, of course, I don't have all holsters available in front of me, so if you run something like an Alien Gear or, I don't know, something else out there, I can't say for sure if it's gonna work, but it should. One of the downsides to this is, and I don't know if that's just, you know, because of where the charging port here is on the side, they didn't really mold the ejection port very deep, which most duty holsters will retain off of. So if there are issues, that is probably why. It's not a huge problem. You know, we just looked at 3 pretty popular ones on the market right now and it works. So take that for what it is for you. Of course, you can go ahead, you can adjust the laser up front here, just like you can with the Blackbeard system. You're able to zero this unit. It does include some iron sights built onto the slide, just like, you know, a normal Glock would. And in a lot of ways, they are, I don't want to say as useless as normal Glock sights, but guys, let's face it, like it's 2026, we're all running red dots these days anyways. Except me, because I have not been able to get one to fit this onto this footprint. I'm still waiting on a dot to come in. So I have been rocking this with irons for a while, but it has been very serviceable. It feels exactly like a Glock. They got the grip angle. So a really good tool. But we're talking about the dry fire process. And like I said, sometimes it just gets monotonous, right? We just work on that press out and pick up the sight. We work on the press out, we pick up the sight, right? We're just working on reloading over and over, and we just woodshed that, right? We just sit down for 20 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour or more, just working on a dedicated skill set. And yes, if you want to be great, that's what it demands of you. And I'm not saying that this is going to change any of that or make it any easier, you guys. But again, if we can make it exciting, we're going to want to do it more often. So let's talk about a couple of ways where we can actually get better off the range, make it more exciting and more interesting for ourselves to get better. Now, yes, we can use little pieces of tape. We can use a light switch. We can use a picture of our great Aunt Bertha, whatever, as a dry fire target. What I actually prefer are actual cardboard dry fire targets. And you can get these from a bunch of different places. I know T-Rex Arms sells some. Yes, cue the booze. Some of you guys, yeah, T-Rex, we don't like the Dino Boys. But I do like that they actually make these with like a reduced C-zone, and some of these you can get from like Ben Stoker's website. You can get like whole sets of these with different steel poppers and things like that. And you can, if you're able, right, put some painter's tape or something on the back of these, stick them to the wall and work these at different levels, right? You can position them in different ways. Sometimes you can flip them around here and then you have a low percentage hostage target, rather, excuse me. Obviously these smaller ones are for smaller scale for practicing at distance. Sometimes though, having some kind of way to dynamically place these, not glued to a wall, maybe you just don't have the wall space, maybe the room that you're in doesn't have walls that work for this. If you got like some, I don't know, some stucco or something weird in an older home, or maybe your mom said you can't have any more pizza rolls if you ruin her walls with tape. Maybe you need a different solution. So let's talk about a couple of ways that you can do this without ruining the walls or sticking something somewhere. So here is a target stand of sorts that I put together with dry fire targets, some 1-bys, and then we just take some binder clips, screws, and washers here, and we put this together. And you can mix and match, right? So you can turn them around the white side of the target if we're trying to not use those. You can also see I have a bunch of them that I put numbers on. So if you guys remember the old Lucas Botkin aimbot drill that was on YouTube back in the day.
10. 4.
You can go ahead and you can do something like that. I also have a piece of cardboard back here, so you can clip up the smaller targets to simulate range and distance if you want to transition between near and far targets. This is one way you can go ahead and you can work on dry fire without using static targets on a wall. You can place these in something like this if you want to position something around your house, something where you're not permanently affixing targets somewhere. Just another option. So it doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be the same things that we've done before. It doesn't have to be the same things that we've seen before. Even if the drills themselves are still very, very good, you can find ways to make it more interesting. And maybe you're watching this going, well, this isn't anything new. You just built some stupid stand. Very true. But what if we could do better? We're outside. Why are we outside? Because during the lockdowns yonder moons ago, right? We went ahead and we picked up a projector to be able to watch TV and sporting events and things like that outside so we could get some fresh air, get out of the house, right? But we weren't able to interact with people and go to, recreational establishments. So what we have over here, this is what we put together. This is a really affordable unit off of Amazon. Like, it's ridiculous cheap. It would be very, very surprising if I told you guys what I paid for this. So we have it on a stand here, and we have a cord, an audio cord here running to a little pill speaker. It's not super loud, but it doesn't need to be for what we're doing. And then of course on the side here, we have a Amazon Fire Stick and a remote for it. And what we're gonna do is we're going to access the YouTube app on the projector once it gets dark out. Why are we going to YouTube? Because there's a fantastic channel on here, you guys, called Dryfire King, and that gentleman has done some fantastic work putting together a bunch of USPSA stages for dry fire practice to be used on your computer screen, on your television, and now this projector, we're gonna pair it up with the Mantis 702 here, the Titan X 702 here, and we're gonna get some dry fire practice in. It is a little bit darker out. We can actually see what we're projecting now, and you guys can see here there's like a whole catalog that we can pick through. I believe he also has a Patreon page if you guys want to go check these out and support what they're doing. But we're going to pick a couple of these, we're going to get into it, and I'm going to do some dry fire reps. Okay, so there you go, a little bit goofy, maybe. A lot of fun, yes, and of course, there's snacks. You don't have to leave the house. You can hang out, you can work on that on your own, and then when you're done with the projector, you may sit down and have a little date night with the wife, because taking care of your family is far more important than any amount of gear, shilling for any kind of company, or any other things that strangers on the internet tell you that you need to do, including this one. But the Titan X, really, really cool tool. Very, very awesome practice instrument here that's going to, I think, add some value to what you're doing, especially if you're looking to get out of the house, right? Go touch some grass, hang out outside, get some fresh air, all of those good things. And if you live in the middle of suburbia hell like I do, you're not gonna scare the neighbor with this. They're probably just gonna think you're playing duck hunt or something. So really, really cool addition to what I have. I've been a big fan of their rifle Blackbeard system for many years. I've used it through a number of dry fire structure clearance courses with companies like Orion Training Group, Core Vision, and Maneuver Training Solutions. So big fan, was really, really excited when I got to talk to the team at Mantis at SHOT Show, got to meet their marketing team and say, hey, I really, really like this. Had seen a couple in the wild before SHOT Show. One actually showed up in the class that I taught in December, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. I didn't realize that you could attach a red dot to it, and then it had the rail for, you know, a light to be mounted, and it's holster compatible, and it checks all these boxes, and you have the take up on the trigger. It actually feels like a Glock trigger. Now, is it the greatest tool? No, it's flawed just like everything else. You do get a couple of accidental discharges, if you will. I do want to make sure I point out some of the things that I don't necessarily love about the unit. I think if they were to make this top part out of metal, it would get closer to the weight of a real Glock pistol. But then, of course, right, the price goes up on that because the material is more expensive. Another thing, and you guys will kind of see this here, I'll try to aim it at the shelf, is when you slam the mag home on your reloads, you will sometimes get an accidental discharge, there we go, of the laser unit. Not every time, but you will sometimes. Another issue you might get, sort of an accidental discharge where you're trying to maybe video yourself, or maybe even use the app that comes with these devices from Mantis, is when you're going to prep that trigger sometimes, you can go ahead and get a phantom trigger pull, right? Where I haven't broken the trigger yet, but you see that little red dot start to flicker there, and then you can hear the break. So, is it perfect? No, it's not. Are there things that could be better and be improved on? Sure, as with all things. Do I think that this adds, you know, a training value to those folks out there that can't make it to the range all the time? I know, like for me personally, it's somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour each way to get out to my range, and depending on weather, depending on family stuff, work, of course, right? I can't always go when I want to go. So the benefit of dry fire practice is you can do it whenever you want, and you can do it at home. So having something like this, it's gonna get you a little bit closer to being able to use your real firearm in ways that you would on the range repeatedly without having to rack that slide and reset that trigger, right? I think that's a win. So thank you to the team over at Mantis. This is the 702, I believe, is the model number on this one, if you have a Glock 45. And again, holster compatible, you can zero it, you can adjust it. So one more tool in the toolbox, you guys. Thank you for checking out the video. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. Maybe you got some cool ideas out of it, if nothing else. Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comment section. If you guys think that this was an absolute waste, this is a bad decision and you shouldn't do it, and you like sticking a piece of paper in your ejection port and not being able to use your holster for draws in practice and being less efficient and less effective, yeah, go ahead and leave that down there. I want to hear about that. That's a good one. I do enjoy that. Or if this may just not be for you, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's not for everybody, and certainly there are other tools on the market, but this is one I wanted to tell you guys about because while it's been out for a while, I know they were out of stock for a minute, and I want to bring it to everybody's attention. They were kind enough to send it to me to evaluate and to use for my own testing and training. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. Remember to hit the like button. Remember to hit the notification bell as we are dropping videos pretty much weekly. And as always, hit the subscribe as we are climbing ever so close to the 7,000 mark. So appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.